Alright guys, so what we've done so far is we got through the barn. The sadist is still in there obviously, and we took care of those two guys in that hallway. So what we're gonna do right now, this is one of the harder guys that took me a while to figure out how to get past him. He sees you as soon as you enter the window, and you can't get in any of the other doors without being seen by someone effectively. So what I'm going to show you is what you're going to do. You're just going to hop in, hop out, and now don't run too far because you don't want the other guy to hear you. But as soon as, yeah, see, he triggers the trap. As soon as you run out of stamina, go ahead and go all the way down here. Now, if you haven't upgraded your stamina at all, you shouldn't alert that guy. What we're looking for is that guy. He chased us a little bit. I believe he should have chased us and gone back in the window. Nope, there he is. So just be careful with him. And basically what we're waiting for is for him to turn around and slowly walk back. It can be tricky. There we go. Now just make sure you stay crouched. And there you go. Now, there's still many more enemies that you're going to have to contend with. There we go. We got the other woman who just came busting through that door, and I believe she will be coming out the window as well. So we're going to watch for that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this here just in case she decides to surprise me, but I don't want to have her see me because of it. So we're going to try and trigger her if she's going to come out the window. If she does and she sees us, we're going to run back and grab the torch and burn her ass. I don't know where she went. Now, I know there's a woman on the top of the stairs, but as I said, the other woman who busted down that door, I don't know where she ended up. So we're just going to be very careful here. We got to try and spot her. Is she waiting to pull the trap? Just remember where you're running to if you need to run. Sorry, I say girl. It's that guy. It's that guy. Although haunted are randomly generated, so it doesn't really matter. But you see that woman who's down there at the left of my screen now. You want to make till she's walking away to get this guy. That's the guy that busted down the door. Now, they are super alert. The haunted on AKUMU difficulty are way, way alert. There you go. She turned around. I'm going to take this opportunity to knife him. I already took care of the Ruvik clone. Otherwise, this enemy, these two enemies would be a lot harder. Okay. Now, you want to make sure that you time that well. See, she saw me. So I'm going to run all the way back. To here. And try and lose her and reset that path. And I think we successfully did that. Now, she is one of the only people in this area that I will be using an axe or a torch on. There we go. So she's just like the other guy, as you can see. And if she comes all the way down here, I'm going to use this torch on her. And make sure you use it smart, because they can grab you from like 5 feet away. So if they're running at you, you got to make sure to hit that melee button while they're not yet on you. There we go. And there's our checkpoint for that enemy. Alright guys, now that we've killed both of those enemies, what we're gonna want is the axe. Now unfortunately, this enemy, the chick that's up top, is way more aware than she should be. And her path doesn't yield much to just sneaking up on her. If you're lucky and you time it perfectly, you can sneak and knife her, just in case we're going to get the axe here. Now, watch for bear traps. Sometimes there are, sometimes there aren't traps here. It's a little weird, but also be aware, as soon as you knife this guy, the gunner up there is gonna see you. So what you're gonna do, you knife him, grab the axe, and back in. There we go. There we go. And see how he saw me? Oh, there's the bear trap. That is well hidden. There's probably two, but we're going to look for those specifically for you. You don't want to get the bear trap uh, before you get the axe, because he'll hear it and he'll turn around. As you can see, we are really collecting parts. We will need them later. We will definitely need them later. That torch is still there just because I didn't die from this checkpoint, but if you do die, then you're going to be at the checkpoint. That torch won't be there anymore, but that axe will. So that's why I came and grabbed the axe. Because I want to be able to give you something that is duplicatable. So right now, there's one more enemy upstairs, and then one more enemy upstairs outside. This chick upstairs, I'd swear she sees everything. Remember to time your hit. If she sees you, or he, it's just a randomly generated haunted. Make sure to, if they're running at you, make sure that you press the triangle button or your melee button way before they reach you. There we go. Um, See, as you can see, she just did not give me enough time to get her, to knife her. So hence I use the axe. Now we got our agony crossbow. We got explosive bolts. I don't know why we have explosive bolts. We're gonna put that in my favorite spot. As you can see, I have fire and poison bolts. I will not be creating or using any of those. Um, Simply because not everyone will have them, and I want this video to be able to use. I will not be using the double barrel shotgun either, but we will be getting the shotgun in just a second. Get some matches. Now, I don't know how. That was a little strange. I've never had him see me before coming up, and that was crouching. There we go. Maybe he was expecting me. There's our next checkpoint. And we should have a couple of enemies. We should have a couple enemies left over in that building over there, which is going to be our last building we visit before we go for cleaning up. Alright, guys, so now that we killed that guy, we're going to go back inside, and we're just going to do a little bit of looting. Actually, no, we're not. We're just going to wait until the very end. Now, I really hope you took out that Ruvik clone when I told you to. Otherwise, most of these strategies would have been a real pain. Now, I believe there is one torch that has been hanging around, but you just wouldn't be able to get until now. Oh, forgot about that guy. Be careful of the guy that's up there when you're heading this way. He's right above me right now. This part is really easy as long as they don't see you. And that's really what it comes down to. Or hear you, for that matter. Now, I believe, in the grand scheme, there may be 2 enemies in this room. Now, you're waiting for him to turn around, and as soon as he does, you're going to want to stay slightly on the right of him. Because he does look left. Like that, right there. But we're going to knife him, and there's not an issue there. I believe there's only... Yeah, there's 2 more enemies that you don't... that are really easy. There's one woman or man standing at the window, and then the person who's patrolling the balcony. Now, when you're coming up these stairs, you do want to be a little careful of the person patrolling the balcony. Make sure they're not at the doorway. Now, I have never seen that person turn around before. I'm just being safe here. Okay, yeah. So basically, there's 2 things we're waiting for to get this chick here, this cop. When the other guy passes the window. And go. Now make sure you're hanging on the right, because she does that little shuffle thing. And as soon as you kill her, get back over here. Now this guy will not see you over here, so go ahead and just take your time. Enough to where you can see him and can see him turn around, but just, give yourself some space. Maybe not that much space. Oh, I thought he turned around. There we go. And this is actually the last enemy in the area, if I recall. We should get a checkpoint. Beautiful. Outstanding. Now, hey guys, there is one thing I forgot about. When after you kill that enemy on the balcony, wait a minute, and more enemies will show up. It's the people that were essentially hanging. That were essentially hanging. So what? At that point, go ahead and just reload the reload the checkpoint, and you will end up down here. And this is where I'm going to teach you from as far as the checkpoint, as far as these last four enemies go before the sadist. The sadist is actually really easy. So you're looking that way. You're going to crouch, and there's the first enemy comes out of that shack over there. And come out of that shack over there. And you want to make sure you time it well, because he can see you if you go too early. Now he's gonna get stuck in a bear trap, and we're gonna take him out at that point. Now there's a bear trap right there as well. Okay, that's weird. Normally you can knife him. I had to drop a match on him for whatever reason. At this point, we got all the enemies should be pathing to their proper areas. We got one woman going upstairs, one guy going into the bar, and we should have one more to the left. Now, the guy who's going into the barn, I think he's going to path toward us. And this is where I hate, like, inconsistencies, especially if I'm trying to create a walkthrough. There we go. Uh, because sometimes they do one thing and sometimes they do the other, and it's very inconvenient for the walkthrough. Now, we have that guy there. Now, we're going to want to trigger him like that and move back over here, and he should just continue pathing to the right. Okay, we're going to have to keep a trigger on him. So what I'm actually going to do, make sure you're crouching. There we go. Now, this part, you really got to be careful about timing, because he will turn around and see you. I don't know why that door kicked open, but I'm going to retreat a little bit. See here? Okay, so we got those two guys. Ooh, almost forgot. Don't forget that. These parts are gonna save your butt later on in the game. I cannot stress that enough. Anyway, so what we're gonna be doing now that we have these two enemies left, and I really don't want to try and do that again, but we can get to the save now. So we're gonna hit the save, and we have two enemies left. Now there's quite a bit left in this chapter time-wise, but if you're watching my videos, you know full well how slow and steady I move.
You've been expected.
Well, good, I guess. I don't know if I should be expected. So we're gonna hit the save here, and then we're gonna take on the other two guys. There we go.